Alright. Welcome back, everybody. This is episode number 11 of the Bladesong Dynasty, our recurring role-playing dynasty in King of the Castle. The way this works is I created a premise for you, changing some changing the political situation, the social-political situation of a normal King of the Castle game. And we go from there, right? So it's a dynasty that all revolves around role-playing and world-building and lore writing. And we explore different themes in different dynasty. I create this premise for you that changes a little bit the dynamics in the game. And then we role-play heavily on this, both in chat and on Discord. And we play these for 3 to 4 months at a time, roughly 12, 13 episodes per dynasty. This in particular is episode number 11, which means this is the second to last episode in this dynasty, which revolves around the concept of personal deeds, right? So in this dynasty, the personal deeds of nobles were very important, more important than what the monarchs did. And those deeds were mostly linked to 3 different kinds of competitions that took place in 3 different regions: dueling for the south, jousting for the marsh, and arena fighting for the coast. I wrote some rules, like some little roleplay RPG systems for you to use on Discord to fight in the arena, joust with each other, or duel with each other, and people are running tournaments, and it's been a lot of fun. And I cannot wait to do this again for the next dynasty with some different rules and some different themes. If you want to know more about the premise of this dynasty, you can head over to the link that is currently pinned in chat, and that's going to give you a quick intro to the background lore of this dynasty. Yeah, and that's it. So if any of that sounds interesting, feel free to drop a follow, join us on Discord, because we're going to be starting a new dynasty next month after we're done with this. So we're going to finish this next week, and then we're going to take 2-3 weeks break, because I'm also going to be on vacation for a week, and then we're going to start a new dynasty that we're going to be playing for the rest of the year, basically. Yeah, exactly. That's it, Mystery. Thank you. So, that said, in case you are new, or in case you don't quite remember what happened last week, I have, as always, a very handy summary written by our awesome That Which Lurks that I'm going to be now reading to you to catch up a little bit. Previously, in the Bladesong Dynasty, in the reign of Queen Xacintha III, the Boastful, who reigned from 1105 to 1123. Xacintha II had left the kingdom at its best. Xacintha III wanted the whole world to know it, and be awed by its new queen as if by Harald or Alma. To this end, she held the grandest contest ever seen, the 3 Blades Royal Tournament, with places in her inner court as the prize. She had not forgotten Ashmead, simply, war was not her priority. Her enthusiasm was infectious. Nobles organized their own events, which she would finance. She famously pushed for turning a man-eating shark into an attraction. The beast was as deadly as popular, but Xacintha never cared much for the human cost of her legacy. The queen thought herself thrifty, but got carried away by her own spectacle. Despite high taxes, the kingdom slid toward bankruptcy. Many nobles were bribing the underpaid guards and would not help. Xacintha had coins minted to refill the treasury, causing trivial inflation, but could not resist sponsoring the boat race of the century. In the end, the wealth of a crooked patrician was confiscated, and the realm, especially the March, stayed stable and prosperous. But meanwhile, her step-sibling, Paca Santiago, convinced other nobles of the need to force their relative to focus on Ashmead before she ruined the realm. Indeed, while the queen was magnificent, many shared the feeling that she and her lineage had been neglecting military duties, despite the kingdom being at its strongest. Like her grandmother before, Xacintha forsook unity for authority, forming a cult of personality around propaganda and personal favors. Worthy fighters flocked to the queen, closing the window for Paca to make her bend. War was postponed for another generation. While Xacintha the Boastful's practical impact on the kingdom was mixed, none could deny that her cultivation of Bladesong's most spectacular ideals made her an epoch-defining queen. Her choir of clashing blades would echo in eternity. Please give a big round of applause to Lurks. God, I got goosebumps at the very end there. That's good. Thank you so much, Lurks, as always, for providing these incredibly handy and detailed and, you know, kind of emotional summaries. Thank you so much. They always help me a lot in, you know, to get back into the groove and the mood of where we ended. They're just so freaking, you know, priceless. Thank you so much, Lurks. Thank you. God, yeah, there's no words to say how much I appreciate this. Thank you. I don't give it for granted. I just want to let you know, like, this might strike as a trite ritual, but it's not. I truly mean it and truly feel it every time. Thank you. Don't play King of the Castle for a long time. What a perfect timing. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, the Barons are insane. Yeah, Piotr was insane. Just one more Xacintha, guys. Just one more, then we'll finally go to war for the finale. Yeah, that's what happened to the beach. Alright. Alright. So, with that said, let's begin. Let us begin. Let's start with the coronation, as we usually do. Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your mother, but now it's your time to wear the crown. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Yes, let's get this over with. Shall we call the nobles in? My dear nobles of the council. Hey, Tialis, how you doing? That's funny, Amy. How do we do this? Lavish parade, proceed with your religious ceremony that honors the ninth god, throw the queen into the river, outdo the traditions. Definitely not outdo the traditions. We need traditions. The queen probably just wants a, you know, a normal ceremony. Not really lavish one. Either a religious one or a river would be good. It's good. Yeah, the river gives good luck in wars, then let's get the river. Tradition is important, y'all. Tradition is important. Tradition is really important. Let me quickly blow my nose while you vote here. I'm gonna hide myself. Sorry. Sorry. Alright. Tradition is winning. Wait. Yeah, we're finally getting the river. Oh my god. River is now 2 out of 11. That's a good stat. Just like the land side of the Tarada, Kaiju returns. Alright. Vaspir, hey, how you doing? Let's go, river it is. Good stuff. It is decided the queen will be thrown in the river. I think that Xacintha IV probably had no clue why that would be the case, you know? Like, you know, I imagine this more like, yeah, I would go for tradition if you say that the river thing is a tradition, and then it actually gets chosen, and she goes up to the council, to the chancellor, and it's like, okay, so why are they actually throwing me in the river? Like, I get it that it's tradition, but what the hell? So, you know, she gets a history lesson here. A very traditional ceremony dating back to Queen Alma the Wise. It's meant to represent you being reborn as a true queen. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the banks, soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles Stifling giggles. It's the holy tradition, yeah. Selenica, hello and welcome. The Moistening of the Monarch seems a favorite here as well. Yuli's. But in this dynasty, we actually had 2 rivers out of 11 episodes. Only 2 out of 11, so it's not really a favorite in this dynasty. It's quite unusual. How you doing, Selenica? Let's go to the council introduction here and see which people have been sent by the regions. Shiny Quarks, hello! Hello, hello, hello. That would make for very quick games, Katori. How you doing, Shiny Quarks? Patricians of the Coast, who did you send? Manager Maid, a pleasure, yours, Reunited. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. Manager Maid is a middling. Prestigious. Right? Mana. No, absolutely not prestigious. Wow. Disrespectful patricians. Grandies. Yeah, second river. May the ninth god bless your reign, your highness. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. And Mark is a decently prestigious family. And then we have barons. Tialis! Oh my god, the barons really are trying to, you know, pull their weight here. Hail and well met, your majesty. Under your leadership will whip this kingdom into shape, huh? Tialis, one of the most prestigious, if not the most prestigious family in the March. Yeah. I appreciate you showing up, Tialis. Thank you. Is this Blake, by the way? The streaming I watch and found this game with always gets dunked in the river. I see. You know, we mostly get dunked in the river in one-offs, but you know, we like to change around here. 142 years old? Yeah, that's not too much, you know. Yeah, exactly. How do you convince the queen to go to war? Send Tialis. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Let's go. The council immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue. Is this what your mother fought so hard for? Yes, it is. Now let's squash some bugs, and then let's get to the path to victory, and actually get to know Queen Xacintha IV. Your Majesty, you have some big boots to fill, and with your mother out of the picture, the nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? So... Kaji threading the needle. So, what do we do here? Queen Xacintha IV, I think, has a reputation of being an unruly child. Definitely. She probably often got into fights. She was a child and a young adult who always wanted to confront herself with people who were more knowledgeable and more expert than her, and never shied away from a confrontation. And actually probably some, you know, she probably challenged more than a few more expert people to duels, for instance, right? I wouldn't say swinging from chandeliers, but, you know, or probably getting involved in some brawls or something like that, you know, some dirty fights with soldiers, and probably, yeah, dueling some nobles or some members of the council that were definitely more expert than her, just to test her mettle, you know? Definitely someone who's very confrontative, and yeah, is not known for her patience. Definitely. Her words, as you may see from the title, are dirty hands, pure heart. Because she she prides herself on being, you know, it's like she's probably being criticized for being reckless and confrontational is what I was thinking of, and her rebuttal tends to be, yeah, I might be, you know, headstrong and rush into things, but my heart is in the right place. I much prefer to bull rush something, a problem, or to, you know, wear my heart on my sleeve, than being somebody who's very controlled. You know, like probably like her mother. Her mother was very controlled and very cold in some regards. You know, to the point of being, a little bit frightening at times. Indomitable Fool, thank you so much for the sub. Coming in and immediately being nice and incredibly generous. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you joined us. Thank you. It's very kind of you. If problem bonk it, exactly. So yeah, in very good contrast with her mother, right? Who's very controlled, always cold and controlled. I mean, not always cold, but always controlled for sure. She's not controlled. She has, you know, she has a temper. Probably gets angry and very mad and loud often, but then gets quiet and you know, and understanding. Yeah, so this kind of individual, you know, very wears her heart on her sleeve. Brawl with the Palace Watch, 100%. Yes. She probably even, you know, challenged the Marshal to a duel and got her ass kicked. But she learned a lot from that kind of stuff. Kalimgo II was restless and confrontational and everybody loved him. You know, she probably doesn't even think about that. It's just her thing. Headstrong, but was at least thinking honorably. Yeah, definitely. That's what she prides her off. You know? Don't duel the Marshal. No, what to do? Modest be cool. Thank you for joining. Hi. So yeah, I think that's how people know her. And I think that she probably traveled all over the kingdom to train with the best duelists and jousters and arena fighters in the kingdom. You know, the most. Yeah, I think she probably trained with Dantes, for instance, who's a multiple-time winner. She probably trained very briefly with Piotr Bon, of which she appreciates the energy, but she finds him a little bit unnerving, you know? But she definitely trained a little bit with Piotr Bon for jousting. She probably trained with Nyx Veilheart in the arena, if Nyx allowed that. Probably a little bit with Sienna, Tyne, with Alaric de Mystera. You know, all these people who are still there and who are very prestigious. She probably spent some time at Tiali's place too, you know? With the Thunder Cries too. Yeah. So I think she visited a lot of very important noble houses and trained at their premises. Either hate Xacintha or see herself in her in regards to doing questionable things because of your convictions. Good. Yeah, exactly, Katori. That's my fear. Let's see what the council will make of it. I'm honored. Good. Good. That's what you should. That's what you should be. Fair enough. Yeah, the 3 blades, definitely, exactly. Yeah. So she's somebody who's traveled all over the kingdom, and I think that there was one formative event in her life. She probably was training, I think maybe, you know, with Piotr Bon at Alright, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Hi. Blood on my hands, not on my soul. Exactly. Yeah, that's a very good way to put it, Lurks. Yeah, apologies for that, by the way. That was my internet connection that just had a drop. Apologies. I think so too, Amy, yeah. Yeah, Bond hits like a truck. Thank you, Vaspir. Alright, welcome back. Where did the frog phrase come from? From the frog people event in King of the Castle, of course. No worries, Astral, no worries. Take care of yourself and get some good rest. I hope to see you for the finale. Thank you. Take care, have a good night. Where were we? Yeah, so I think she's very well known among the nobility, the main houses at least. Yeah, just ask, like, people are gonna get you a description of that event, Lemon. People tell Lemon about the frogs. So yeah, the one thing that I was saying is I think that there was one very formative event in her later life. I think that after, you know, in her later years, she was probably, oh, I did not know that, Lurks. That's cool. That's cool. While she was training either at Bon Fort or with a different Baron, she probably saw some soldiers come back from the front, right? Because I don't think that there's really peace with Ashmead. I think that there keep being skirmishes on the border. You know, I don't imagine it as being a very stable war, but more something like there keep being skirmishes on the border, and the border changes constantly. And I think that she saw a band of soldiers come back from the front, completely battered. And I think that that's when she decided, I need to be there. I need to be there. And I think that she spent the last few hours, the last few years, on the front. On the front fighting with common men. Not in the ranks, of course, but with them, you know? As a commander, for sure. And I think so she has a first-hand experience of a battlefield. And I think that that's gonna be her prime focus here. I think that in these later years, she has been focused on the front and has grown to the conclusion that that's what the kingdom needs to do. Yeah, there was never a formal peace, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. There would have been some arguments about putting there in danger? Definitely. Do you think she would care? Nah. Nah. Definitely not. She would have had an honor guard, she would have had people protecting her, probably the Marshal was with her the whole time. But yeah, she wouldn't have cared. I can see it being at Fort Bon, it's near the border and the Bons are constantly looking for a fight. Yeah. Yeah, it probably was. It probably was. Yeah, the air is danger, exactly. And she is definitely a warrior queen already. Yeah. She hasn't won any decisive battles, but she's been on the battlefield already. Yeah, yeah. And I think that that's going to be her main focus. Like, the thing that she knew would be her calling once she got the crown. So no, everybody, there won't be a war in the last episode. This is where the war happens. The last episode is going to be about the consequences. A warrior queen is sure to be remembered fondly if she wins more battles than she loses. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall military as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Alright, everybody, let's move on to the schemes. Mirtha of the Caffeine Forge bloodline. Well-known marcher Hellion stands before a blazing hearth, yelling at full volume. When have the Barons of the March backed down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. Barons of the March, what do you want to do to try to overthrow Queen Xacintha IV, if you want to do it? Do you want to try to modernize the army and lower other people's military? Do you want to use propaganda trying to lower stability? Or do you want to acquire gunpowder and lower authority? What is your plan, my dear barons? Yeah, all unique ones. Cool stuff. What is your plan, barons? What you gonna do? Who are the barons? Simple Coffee voted, Chara, Lauren voted, Bomb Viewer, Komari, Modest Pickle voted, Kitty Cathy, Caffeine Forge, T. Alice, Warzy. Where the hell are you? Let me count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Propaganda it is. That's actually very fitting. The barons plan to persuade the population that only a charismatic general can protect them. First, the common folk must be afraid. This is really cool. So, the barons are like, some barons are like, this queen was in the battlefield, but she doesn't know shit. Why should we be led by her and not by an actual expert general? We got a better candidate. Not putting against the queen I meet in person, I appreciate that from you and Bon. To advance their scheme, the barons must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. yeah, that makes sense, Amy. Ernesto of the Vaspir lineage. White hair, very displeased. Yeah, it checks out. That looks like a Vaspir to me. Eccentric southern firebrand stands bathed in sunshine, droning on as in a daze. A false pretender occupies my throne while my claim is ignored. Grannies of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Grannies of the South, what do you want to do to overthrow Queen Xacintha IV, the belligerent? Do you want to use sorcery and ask for the help of a wizard and raise authority? Do you want to use subterfuge instead and try to lower stability? Or do you want to intimidate the queen, trying to raise stability? What's it going to be? What's it going to be, my dear grandies? What is your scheming here? Lemon Square, Skeleton Recondition, Mark, Honest Swede, Dragon Pit, Vaspir, Katori, Improbablecate, Indomitable Fool, Marley, and Mystery. Looks like it's gonna be subterfuge, but a bunch of people have not voted, so this could still change. I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Abstain loyally. It's cool. Alright. It makes sense, Katori. The Grandees plan to replace the Queen's advisors with their own agents. First, they must prove they're doing a bad job. To advance their scheme, the Grandees must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Subterfuge it is. And finally, we have the Patricians. Livia of the That Which Lurks family. It makes sense that Livia of the That Which Lurks family would want to scheme against Xacintha, given how the previous That Which Lurks was treated last time. Yo, Orc Skull! This time around, we're just starting. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Can we get a shout out for Orc Skull? And please go drop a follow to Orc Skull, who does a lot of RP too, in a way. How you doing? Checked how long you had been live this time. Very smart. Welcome in, everybody. I am MrKaji. In case you don't know me, I basically only play King of the Castle and do a lot of RP and lore building and world building around it. We have a super active Discord, so if you like that kind of stuff, drop a follow, join our Discord. Tonight we're playing our roleplay dynasty in King of the Castle. This is episode 11, second to last episode. Next week we're gonna conclude this dynasty and then we're gonna start a new one. So if you'd like to join one from the get-go, this is a great time to jump in. Hello, hello, hello. How was your stream, Orc Skull? How are you? The orcs are here to raid. Unfortunately, I already ate all the cheese, Renexa. I'm sorry. Decoder, hello. Sirius, welcome back. First time you see an orc in the kingdom? Yeah, those have a right to be here too. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We're just about to select a scheme for the patricians here. It won't be the last. If you have any questions on how the game works, feel free to ask, and people in chat are gonna be more than happy to give you all the info. Or just type !join and jump in yourself. Lydia of the That Which Lurks family, eccentric coastal entrepreneur, scribbles with a well-used quill and hardwood desk, explaining in measured prose. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Queen Xacintha IV. Something must be done. Patricians of the coast, this is your time, this is your chance. What do you want to do to overthrow Queen Xacintha IV? Do you want to look for a doppelganger trying to lower your own defiance? Do you want to start an uprising trying to raise the treasury? Or do you want to acquire a monopoly trying to raise your own trade? What is it you want to do? Dear patricians here. Have to raid and run, have fun, lovely people. No worries, Orc Skull. Orcs, please play nice. Family in town, so I need to go see them. That sounds awesome, Orc Skull. Thank you so much again for the raid. No worries. Take care of yourself. Go spend time with your family. That's always awesome and invaluable. I hope you had a great time. And I'll see you around next time. Take care. Thank you so much for bringing your lovely stinky orcs in my kingdom. I appreciate it. So, uprising it is. Uprising it is indeed. Yeah, uprising is very fitting. Yeah, I like it. Let's go. Let's go. The patricians plan to incite a peasant uprising to overthrow the queen, before swooping in to steal the throne for themselves. To advance their scheme, the patricians must raise the treasury to 2,000 or more in 2 seasons. There you go. It was easy. And we have a long-lost niece, a false pretender, and a treacherous half-sister. So 2 of them are related. Blood of my blood. We'll see what comes of it. And here would definitely be Monarch's Iron choice. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. For sure. Yeah, you're not related. It's super fitting. Giga Court member, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining. How are you doing? So we have some mild events here. Look at that. We have a fishy wedding and an exotic plant. Where do we start? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Sorry. Welcome back, Kitty. Wait, what's that? Indomitable Fool, thank you so much for the follow. Happy to have you here. Wait, did you subscribe before following? You actually did. Thank you so much for the follow. You classy individual. Coming in, enjoying the plays, subscribing, and then yeah, dropping a follow. Thank you, I appreciate it. So, fishy wedding? You know, yeah, let's start from the fishy wedding. Your Majesty, the Archduke of Saal has invited you to his forthcoming wedding. Your attendance would help shore up relations between our 2 great nations. Skeleton condition disagrees. By the 9th great nation, the Isle of Saal is nothing more than a nest of pirates and cutthroats. And I heard it isn't a proper marriage anyway. The Archduke is marrying a fish. The groom is a finfolk, one of the denizens of the sea, perfectly sapient and actually amphibious. Well, the church doesn't agree with a man marrying a fish. We mustn't legitimize this farce by allowing the queen to attend. I think we need to do this. I think we want to condemn the wedding. No, we don't want to condemn the wedding. Because we don't want to have a second front open when we go to war with Ashmead, right? We don't want to have to deal with pirates. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we just did the schemes. This is the first turn. Vote opposite of skeletal on principle. Yeah, and the Finfolk could help us in the military effort for sure. Let me get some sugar here. Wow, okay. It looks like you want me to attend. I'm fine with that. Wait, did Vaspir vote for A2? No, okay, thank God. Alright, let's go. Of course, the queen should attend the wedding. Excellent, the wedding is scheduled for next year. I'll inform the Archduke that you shall be delighted to attend. This kingdom is sliding into madness. When it's announced that you will attend the wedding, the grandees are naturally scandalized, but the peasants, sentimental as ever, are in favor of your decision. Public opinion turns against the overly strict church. Okay. Yeah, Baron, the march is doing great. Except, let's see how this is going. Hey, Bon. Piotr. Baron Bonviewer strides into the council chamber, brandishing a clay pot from which grows a long leafy plant with floppy yellow flowers. Our expert farmers have discovered a new kind of plant, my liege. I thought you might like to name this exciting discovery. I think I like Timon's Bane. Yeah. Menacing, I like it. This stuff grows wonderfully. That was such a Piotr comment to have. This stuff grows wonderfully fast. It tastes horrible, but the farm animals don't mind. I suggest we grow it in the march as livestock feed. Justinian? I don't know, but I like the sound. I like the sound of the name. Or perhaps it would make a nice addition to the palace decor. Yeah, why the hell not? Let's cultivate it in the marsh, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? Oh, that's a good point, Morgrim, yeah. They declared war on the color blue. How silly can you be? Vote, my dear nobles of the council. Do you want to seize the Timon's Bane crop from the barons and plant it in the palace? Do you want to cultivate it in the march, or do you want to ban the crop because it could be dangerous? Cultivating it seems. Of course. Yeah, that's probably how it went, Bon. Alright. Be it is, decisively. Let's go. Marshal farmers plant the fields of Timon's Bane to support their livestock. It spreads alarmingly fast, and the pastures become known as the Timon's Bane Sea. Villagers claim you could walk for a day and not reach the end. That's great. Yeah, fantastic. Definitely cautionary tale, yeah. Honor Guard. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. The patricians with champion gladiators, blah blah blah. Unfortunately, we cannot recruit the southern nuns. There's been a major scandal. Some nuns went out drinking and broke their vow of silence to sing a rude song about hedgehogs. The fuck? They won't come to the capital until this blows over. You'll need to pick someone else. Well... I think it might be the veterans, yeah. Given what we said. Yeah, she fought with veterans, right? Yeah, it's gotta be the veterans. These soldiers fought more battles than they've had hot dinners. They'll be uncouth, no doubt, and wanted up well to life in the palace, but they're loyal and tough as nails. Yeah, I've been in my station. It's the veterans. I will make the arrangements at once. The veterans arrive a few weeks later. They march into the throne room in perfect formation before lining up behind your throne, hands on their sword hilt. Each soldier sports a bigger scar than the last. Okay. Oh, that's a good point, Morgan, yeah. I was actually a little bit conflicted about the nuns. So, auction time, everybody. Normal auction time, by the way. So, A through F. You know how this works. I gotta be hitting the start auction button in a few seconds. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Exclamation mark fund, followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options are lowering farming for the barons with A, raising authority for B, just raising authority with B, raising trade for the grandees with C, lowering stability with D, raising faith for the patricians with E, and lowering faith for the patricians with F. What do you want to do, y'all? You just spending 1,000? Okay, small spenders tonight. Small spenders. Yeah, the sparse corruption is absolutely the unprestigious, the most unprestigious family. 15 seconds, I'm gonna, you know, there's 10 seconds left, which is now, and then 5 seconds left, which is now. And you do the thing. Wait, you redeemed checking money, Dragon Pit? Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. Apologies. Let me show you how much you have. 3750. 3,750 gold. My apologies, Dragon Pit. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, apologies. My apologies. Oh, you got some honorary prestige. You're right. That's true. That's true. So we have Honest Swede here, building a bazaar. And Kitty and others are building a prison in the march. No. Still in Grandis land, but funded by some barons. That's good stuff. Alright. So we have roving hunters and island rises and finding a spouse. Finding a spouse, let's do this first. Yeah, yet another southern prison. I think that Queen Xacintha IV likes any. It's okay with anything. Thank you, Majesty. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see if they actually are. Then we have roving hunters and an island rises. Let's do the island. Your Holiness, Your Majesty, something most strange has occurred in the Ghost Sea. A new island has risen halfway between our shores and the Isle of Sal. The Finfolk raised it from the depths using their weird ocean magic. Woo. It's true, Your Majesty, the Finfolk raised the island to celebrate the marriage of their prince to the Archduke of Sal. They will gift it to him on the day of the ceremony. This is terrible news. That island is of immense strategic importance. We can't let it fall into Salish hands. So what do we do to avoid that, huh? Do we just sink it? I mean, we could do that. Definitely not D. Definitely not D. Definitely not D. I think I'm gonna veto D. What do you mean? Yeah. You said any. How prestigious are the Finfolk? Not enough. Yeah, I think she definitely does not want this. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Come on. No, not this time. Not this time. I usually, you know, I usually go with it. But no, not this time. I think she's actually considering paying the wizard, you know? Or otherwise just, yeah, change something. Let's go. Let's vote. Let's vote on this. And she doesn't want to anger Sal, you know? At the same time, there's this island, so I don't know. A wizard could be a good solution. I love the idea of the Kingdom Judges of the Nations who do not get to spend money in their auctions on their system of prestige. Yeah, that's what happens all the time, right? So 7-6. This is still very close. It can be still tied and overturned. This is 8-6 now. So I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. 8-7. Let's go. We had all the time in the world. Send the queen to conduct secret negotiations. The Fiendfolk. Wait, what? Yeah. Okay. Good. Now hop to it. I don't care what you offer them. Get that island. Preparations begin for your clandestine visit to one of the Fiendfolk's undersea villages. Your Chancellor has heard of magic reeds that allow the bearer to breathe underwater, but such a thing will take weeks to track down. At least that gives you time to prepare for your underwater visit. Yeah, we do roleplay. Yeah, that's true. That's what we do. And finally we have roving hunters. Your Majesty, 2 barons are on their way home from an epic hunt and seek shelter for the night. And I think I might leave you with this scream for a second, because I might need to use the restroom again. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let me take a super quick break to use the restroom. You do the same, walk a little bit, use the restroom. I'm gonna be back in like 2 minutes, and then we're gonna continue with this, alright? And see if we are fucked. See you in 2 minutes. Alright, welcome back everybody, hello, thank you so much for sticking around. Yeah, people are encouraged to roleplay, exactly. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. Yeah, don't get mad at others for playing in a different way than yours, exactly. This is not an exclusively RP place. So, Your Majesty, 2 barons are on their way home from an epic hunt and seek shelter for the night. In exchange, they are willing to gift you a rare trophy and provide meat for an extravagant feast if you so wish. What would Xacintha IV do here? Tell me more about these barons, first of all. Their names are KOTC II and Lorem 9. KOTC, not the most prestigious. Not the most prestigious. So wait, that's Conrad, right? No worries, Swede. Oh god. Don't worry, Kitty, don't worry. He is going to be a werebeast, yes. We don't have to see it though. Oh god. She would set the tables. She would set the tables for sure, she would. Now, watch this beautiful warrior queen get devoured by a curse and fail the war because of that. Watch it. Bring them in and set the tables. The table is set for a delectable feast. You enjoy the company of the 2 barons while the storm rages outside. The meat they provide is said to come from their latest kill, Hortusk, an ancient boar the size of a castle. You're not sure you believe their story, but it certainly tastes better than anything you've had for a long time. But later that night, you hear strange noises coming from their quarters, like a pig squealing and snorting. What unsell stuff did they bring in here? Oh, I'm gonna freaking investigate the noise. You creep down the corridors and push open the door. Yeah, we love tragedies, we love the doom. We love the doom that can happen only when people are dedicated to a single path and bending completely from it. Yep. The former barons stand before you, transformed into hideous porcine beasts that stand on 2 legs with snouts, tusks, and floppy pink ears. Your Majesty! Don't look at us! What in the devil is wrong with you? It was the meat, my liege. We hunted and butchered an ancient legendary beast. We were told it was cursed, but we were also told devouring the beast, the spirit of the forest itself, would bestow great power. We never thought this would be our reward. But I ate the meat as well. I'm so sorry, Your Highness. This is the first time this has happened. And we have been eating this meat for many days now. Perhaps a single meal is not enough to trigger the curse. Checks out. Yeah, I won't tell anyone. But you have to leave right now. You hurry the barons through one of your hidden passages. They go without a word, not wanting to argue with your decision. Once outside, you bid them farewell. With as much sincerity as their hideous faces can muster, they vow to repay your kindness. Bala's opinion on dangerous animals should probably not be trusted. No, you shouldn't. Across the kingdom, discontent with the queen is rising. Everyone knew that she was better off, but until now, it hadn't occurred to most people just how much better off. Kitty Cat is a wolfy cat. Now the peasants are asking all sorts of troublesome questions about their benevolent overlord, and as everyone knows, once a question has been asked, it cannot be unasked. Hidden deep in the spider's web of alleys, crisscrossing Thalassus is an old tavern. Somewhere in its hazy backrooms are a number of patricians who have met to celebrate their recent success. The citizens are getting rowdy, and it's all thanks to us. Now that they know how much wealth the queen's hiding, they're itching to get rid of her. Serious. And shiny gorks! I was even able to get away with levying a little extra tax this year, and even that I blamed on the queen. Isn't it lovely having a scapegoat? Indeed, now it's time to incite some real chaos. Show them that Queen Xacintha IV is not only greedy, she's utterly incompetent too. For the next stage of their scheme, the patricians must lower stability to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Everybody gotta lower stability. Yeah, of course the shiny quarks are scheming. Yes. I don't think we need a. I don't think we need a tax. I think we're just gonna go with a common tax here. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, there's an uprising. There might be an uprising. Eligible options: Fever Dreams and Towering Vines. Let's start with the Fever Dreams, right? Let's start with the Fever Dreams. Over the course of the winter, you find yourself plagued by horrific dreams. You're running through open woods full of screams as your colossal jaws bite beast and human alike. You're always hunting, always hungry. The council has noticed you lack to sleep. As you become tired and irritable during court sessions, something must be done. I might go hunting here. I think we might go hunting. No, she's always like that. No, not really. Just quarrelsome, but not threatening. I hope there's no notable uprising. Yeah, sure, tell me more. A different curse, a different curse. I think she would go hunting. You set out on your steed and spend a weekend preying on game the Blackfield, the dark and ancient forest not far from the capital. Yet strange urges creep in, like you want to jump on your prey and rip them apart with your own teeth. The dreams only grow more vivid. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be absolutely great. Towering Vines. Piotr! Our lovely Timon's Bane is flourishing, which is wonderful, but a few naysayers are concerned. Which is ridiculous. The vegetation only swallowed a few villages. It's all perfectly fine. We're gonna give it to Ashmead, right? If it swallowed villages, we're gonna give it to Ashmead in the hopes that it swallows their own things too, right? I mean, swallowing villages doesn't sound great. The undermining begins, right? Yeah, pigs eat everything. I think it would be B, you know? I think we might realize how to potentially weaponize this. But if not, we're just gonna manage its growth. Yeah, they will. They will. Super omnivorous. Yeah, they'll eat, yeah, literally anything. Yeah. Oh, this is a seriously split vote. Interesting. 7 to 5. If we improve the farming of Ashmead, think of how prestigious we'll be. Oh, but we don't want to do that. Exactly, Dragon Pit. Is the war still on? We're covertly pushing it across the front line to plant it along vital supply roads. Yes! Looks like we're gonna weaponize it. 11 to 5, counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Grandmaster, welcome back. How you doing? Grandmaster, rather. Phil Ideas, I don't know if I said hello. Hello. Weaponize it. Harvesting isn't easy with the scent from the blooms causing euphoria then exhaustion, but the coal reduces the spread. Huge quantities of Timon's Bane are sold off to Ashmead as cheap animal feed, and the barons are delighted by such an economic boost. Okay. Yes, there is. There absolutely is. Eligible options. So, who is it going to be? Let's see the candidates. From the coast, we have Aurelia, the wealthy heiress to Lady Patricia and Grandmaster's estate. I mean, just look at her, she's gorgeous, and apparently she's got a silver tongue too. Her interests are typical of the coast, money, 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 and making more of it. She's said to be led by her passions, living in the moment with no thought for her reputation. I like the sound of her. From the south, well, I mean, we do the same, right? We act on impulse. From the south, Balthazar, the eldest son of the Mystery Dragon lineage. He's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? What family was the previous one? The patrician one? I think it's not a super prestigious one, right? Grandmaster. Grandmaster isn't even on the spread here. God damn it. That's very low prestige. Whereas Mystery, that's alright. Not super prestigious, but yeah. Like a man in the south, he claims to put his faith in the ninth god of all worldly concerns, and he's got grand plans by all accounts. He wants to change the world. Not bad at all. And finally, we have the Marsh's offering. Victor, scion of the prestigious Chara system bloodline. Ooh, okay. Okay. Chara. Oh, even less prestigious. Okay. He's known for his blunt honesty. The kind of honesty that makes you enemies. Like most of the barons, his great passion is hunting. No business if from a crossbow. He's also said to be obsessed with carving a place for himself in history. Ah. This sounded really good until this last place that reminds... This last bit that reminds us a lot about our mother. And we don't want that. Yeah, no. Sorry, Chara. Definitely not the march then. That really is reminiscent of our mother, and we kind of disapprove that kind of attitude. So, even though it's very Bladesong, but, you know, feels like Xacintha IV has been very exposed to that, to the point where she's a little bit too much. So Aurelia says, hot and smart and wealthy and impulsive. And Balthazar believes in the ninth, and that's pretty much it, and wants to change the world. But you know, I think it's gotta be the coast. Aurelia. Yeah, the patrician sounds better, right? Let's go with Aurelia. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. Thank you. Grandmaster it is. I don't think that Xacintha IV would be super concerned with prestige as far as that goes. It's a member of the council after all. While the queen settles into her young reign, a general has risen in the march, the indomitable Baroness Myrtha. You fools! You were supposed to drown the kingdom in chaos, but it's as calm as a Calabrian convent. What? Calabria is a region in Italy. What? What? Myrtha is Grandmaster's kid. No, Myrtha is actually... I don't remember. Oh, Calabria. Ah, I see. Thank you. It's from Calabria. Okay. Thank you, Swede. We'll redouble our efforts, General. Yeah, Morgrim, what did you do? Yeah, let's hope not. The Baron's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less. In the south, beneath the scorching sun, the Grandi Gattori Blueberry II is strolling through his vineyard in the company of a few close friends. The kingdom was supposed to be in chaos by now. Chaos! Instead, everyone's getting along with each other. It's most upsetting. Dragon Pit! At last, we can hardly argue that the Queen's advisors are doing a bad job when the whole kingdom's turned into one big picnic. Gotta lower stability. Okay. That's your power, Morgrim, making things weird. The 6th region mod Italy. Who did they marry? The patrician. Apollogram, Blueberry, yeah. So we're going to get Golden Choice and use it only if absolutely necessary. You know, for decisive votes. Which regions best represent Italy? These two. Definitely these two. Grandees and Patricians. Yeah, Southern Coast, definitely. Definitely Southern Coast, right? Like, South because of the very traditionalist culture and, you know, the religiousness. That's still a very big thing in southern Italy, not as much in the rest of the country. And the coast has a lot to do with Venice, right? Definitely, like, you can see that. And yeah, some other parts of Italy too that had some navy traditions, basically naval traditions. Yeah. The south is also very reminiscent, I'll say. A terrible accident? The real... Oh, shit. A diplomatic incident? So let's do diplomatic incident, the marriage, and then the terrible accident. A letter from Ashmead, Your Majesty. I'm afraid the Timians Bene sold them has overrun their villages, just as they threatened to do in the march. I've convinced them that it was not intentional, but relations remain tense. I suggest we send them something else to suit the situation. Oh my god, we're gonna have 2 wars in one kingdom? Oh my god. We just created the Casus Belli. Actually, I'm going to say ignore the letter. I'm just going to say ignore the letter here. Yeah. Oopsie daisies. Let's ignore the letter and see what happens there. If we feel B that it's a war, 10% chance of immediate war, 90% chance of being badasses and raising morale because they fear us. Hell yeah. Modest Pickle, we sent the Timian Spain to Ashmead and it got too much for them to handle, and then they, you know, they accused us of doing it on purpose, which was definitely not the case. Yeah, farm better. Ignore the letter, it is. Patricians, where are you? I see very few patricians here. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Doesn't it say that it has yellow flowers? Do I misremember? Alright, let's see. 90% chance to be badasses, 10% chance to go to war immediately. And we are badasses. Good. Good. You hear no more complaints from the Empire, and the Chancellor reports a polite and friendly lunch with the Ashmeadian emissary. Ashmead does not wish to risk an aggressive response by pressing the matter. As for the Timian's Bane, the source of all this tension, it's hard to keep it under control, and Marcher farmers must constantly battle to ensure it does not spread too far again. Well, that's good. After that success, let's get married. Your wedding to Aurelia is naturally the talk of the kingdom. The capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one taking part. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Aurelia at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? Of course I do. Then I pronounce you queen and wife. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife Aurelia laps up the attention, delivering a witty speech in which she flatters you outrageously. By the time you find yourself alone with Aurelia, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. You danced so very beautifully. It was such a wonderful day, wasn't it? Oh, we're gonna say that we are fucking tired. This shocks her at first, and then she smiles. Me neither. Still, I suppose it's the game we must play. Let's drop the act, shall we? With pleasure. Well, what shall we talk about? I'm so used to steering the conversation into safe waters, I've forgotten how to let it run its natural course. Just tell me something you're most passionate about. Making money. No sound is sweeter than the clinking of coins. I was very nervous about today. It's a big day. Me too. Not that I let myself show it. From there, the conversation flows like fine wine. You pass a bottle back and forth, laying bare your deepest fears and hopes. At night's end, you join your wife in bed, feeling for the first time that you've glimpsed her real feelings. Good stuff. Good stuff. And now let's take a look at a terrible incident and let's see who we killed. Your Majesty, I have some dire news. Who did we kill? Lord Patrician Philadeus was found in the palace gardens this morning. He was attacked by something, torn limb from limb. Philadeus, I am very sorry. Uh-oh. As he was technically your guest at the time, we must make every effort to assure the patricians that it was not intentional. You suddenly recalled the night before, dreams of blood and gore, ripping a helpless noble apart with your powerful jaws. Your Highness, are you listening? Tell the patrician that it was killed by a wild beast. I think she would not super shy away from truth, you know? It's only a patty bass spear. I think the closest to truth would be the second one. So I think she's gonna go with that. I think that she is very... No, we're not gonna hide the body. Your hunt. I think that she is very distraught right now. So she would try to gain some time to think about what to do, but she wouldn't want to lie. So I think she's gonna go with B. Despite your well-crafted story, the patricians are not so easily appeased. One of their own dying while under your protection reflects badly on the crown. But more urgent is your knowledge of what you did. You have become a monster with an insatiable hunger for fresh meat, human or otherwise. I think she feels the need to stop this. You start performing bizarre rituals in an attempt to bring your affliction under control. You tie yourself to bed at night, drink chamomile tea, and don't eat any meat after 6 o'clock. But the dreams continue, and it's not long before peasants and servants turn up dead in mysterious circumstances, not unlike Lord Patrician Philadeus' own. Fuck. This is gonna go real poorly. This is gonna go real poorly. Helping hand. Undercutting. And visiting the Fiendfolk? Oh, right, secret negotiations. Kraken Tony has been mauled. Let's visit the Fiendfolk. Morgrim, yeah, that's a really good picture. Embrace your highness, not yet. The Fiendfolk send a stagecoach made from a giant clam, pulled by seahorses. You equip your magic-breathing reed and hop inside. The clam carriage plunges back beneath the waves and you are whisked down into the murky depths. A few hours later, you arrive at an undersea citadel of kelp-woven huts. Their prince meets you at a grand table formed of knotted coral. Tiny Fiendfolk spawnlings swim around your legs as you sit. If we discovered these were burning you at the stake, I had no doubts. Greetings, Your Majesty. We are honored to have such a prestigious visitor. Now, let's get down to business. Of course, we must be swift. I know those magic reeds only provide a certain amount of air. The Chancellor doesn't mention anything like that. You try not to let your panic show. So you're here to discuss my betrothal to Archduke Shomu and the island I'm giving him as a dowry. First of all, I must offer my congratulations. Thank you. Unlike most of my kind, I believe that Fiendfolk and Surface Folk must get along. This wedding is the first step in that process. Ah. Oh. I think she might just say that. You know? I think she's just gonna say it. This new island could cause a war between your future husband and I. Yeah, I think she's gonna just say it. Yes! Even beneath the waves, we hear of your kingdom's military might. Even beneath the waves, y'all. It pains me, but my people cannot afford a conflict with yours. I wanted to bring the Fiendfolk and the Surface Folks together, not tear them apart. Very well, I will call off the wedding. Your clan coach spirits you back to the surface. As you wade onto the beach, you gasp for breath. Air never tasted so good. Congratulations, Your Majesty. I hear the wedding has been called off, and the island has sunk back beneath the waves. The Grannies are most pleased. Yeah, that's a ringing endorsement, I agree. Yeah. Right, that's true, Morgrim, yes. The military rescued one of the nobles from some Fiendfolk. So they actually know about our might. Y'all, everybody thinks we're cool. The Fiendfolk are afraid. Ashmead is afraid. Good stuff. Steel! And it's very fitting that the event spawned very up north. I wanted to speak to you today about a delicate matter, Your Most August Majesty. It concerns the linen trade. You might have to explain a bit further. Well, there's a lot of linen farms in the south. The plants thrive there and the Grannies have taken advantage of it. The Baron's domestic farms aren't nearly as numerous, but they need cloth just like the rest of us. And linen, well, it's cheap, strong and easy to weave. What more could they want? Traditionally, we patricians have facilitated this trade, making sure that a fair deal was reached on both sides. Yet now, the Barons buy from the Grannies directly. They're cutting us out of the deal. They can't let them. You can't let them get away with it. What would be the situation here as far as Bladesong values go? This sounds like a kingdom-wide. Yeah, that's despicable. That sounds like a kingdom-wide issue to me. Indeed, then you will call the council together to deal with this? I think we will. My eternal thanks, Your August Majesty. I think it would be to put it under the authority of the Queen, you know? Because this is becoming a kingdom-wide problem, and that's traditionally the responsibility of the monarchs. Yeah, that sounds like it. Huh. Not the holy sheets again? Oh god, you're right. Didn't we have this issue last reign too? I don't remember this. If we did, all the more reason to bring it under the authority of the Queen. And I think that to do that, we're gonna give compensation to the nobles. That sounds like a good idea, right? Like, because otherwise nobles would lose some money here. But we want to guarantee that the nobles are still happy with that resolution. Yeah, let's do cloth dam. Yeah, let's do that. Let's give you all money to endorse this decision. But we might have had this on Sunday in the Highlander mode. Free market worked fine without the monarch until people started undercutting, right? So, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's what we're gonna do. Like, the Queen would rather have the regions to grumble at her than among each other. She doesn't want ill feelings to spawn among regions because she wants them to fight together against Ashmead, you know? She wants them to be on the same page. Kitty, I would say refresh because I think everything is fine on my end. Stuttering video? Oh, I have no idea what's happening. That's not me. Yeah, that's not me. That's on Twitch. I love how this goes so strongly against typical King of the Castle motivations. Right? Yeah, exactly. Usually the monarch wants to pitch nobles against each other, whereas here it's the exact opposite. The queen doesn't want nobles to argue against each other because she wants them to be united against Ashmead, and she'd rather have them be mad at her for a little bit. This is super cool. Let's go. Yeah, exactly. This is so cool. Thank you for supporting the motion, my dear nobles. This doesn't help us at all, your majesty. You're just cutting us out. I'd rather have the queen monitor our trade than have your slimy mitts all over it again. All you ever did was skim off our profits. Why, you ungrateful ragabrush, I'll have your honor guard step in before anything gets too rowdy. Noble patrician still backs down without a fight. The patricians suffer as a result of the council's decision. The grandees still will have to pay more than they had been, but you make a good profit. Good stuff. And finally for this season we have a helping hand. Xacintha, I had something I wanted to ask of you. What can I do for you, Aurelia? As you surely know, I run a very successful jeweler's guild back home in the coast. But the current laws are a little restrictive for my trade, lots of tiresome regulations, you know how it is. I was hoping you could push for some changes in the council, eliminate some of the important duties on attaché jewel, perhaps. You want me to give the coast preferential treatment? I think it's only fair, the other regions just can't compete with us in the jeweler trade anyway. Huh. We might want to say forget it, you know? You are openly asking me to give preferential treatment to the coast? We won't do it. Forget it. Very well. Apologies for taking up your time. She sighs and withdraws. For the next week, she sleeps and takes her meals in another wing of the palace. Fuck off, Aurelia. Grow up. Everybody, auction time. Dragon Pit. Your money is... Where's your money? 4,500. 4,500 gold. There you go. And Kitty Cathy too. You have 1,350 gold. Alright. I remember when I had money. You still have 3,000 or something. So, let's start this thing. Exclamation mark. You do how to do the thing. Auction starting now. Exclamation mark. Fund followed by the letter of the building. You want to fund? Followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options are raising farming for the barons with an aqueduct by voting A, lowering authority with the theater by voting B, raising authority with the monument by voting C, lowering stability with the prison by voting D, raising stability with the library by voting E, and lowering trade for the patricians with the thieves guild by voting F. Yeah, we have more prisons than houses. I'm gonna let you know when there's 20 seconds left, which is now. I'll let you know when there's 10 seconds left. So spend your money. Oh, there's a lot of things happening in this auction. I see some buildings changing. 10 seconds are left now, and then 5 seconds are gonna be left. Now 5 seconds are left. Spend your money. Oh my god, look at that! Oh my god, look at that! Oh my god, at the very last second, I think. Grandy building? Yeah! Oh my god, look at that! That was a really good auction, everybody. Wow! Great snipe at the very end. Good job. By Modest Pickle and Lurks. Another prison. So Shiny works and others building a prison in the south, and then Komodo Kitsune and others building a library in the coast, and nothing changes. Good stuff. Yeah, loyalists turned up, but the snipers did too, exactly. The stranger? What the fuck is this? Interesting. So, yeah, don't tell me what the stranger is. We're gonna leave this for last. Let's start with the letter of thanks. Yeah, that's true, Morgrim. Coast has all the arts. Your Majesty, a letter for you. Thank you, Oswin. The Chancellor hands you a small, tattered envelope. On the back is a seal you don't quite recognize, but you're sure it's from Marge. Your esteemed Highness, recently you hosted us when we were in need. You'll be pleased to know that we have been cured with the help of a powerful witch of the woods. Oh my god, congrats, Conrad. Please accept this gift as a token of our gratitude. We will always be in your debt. Kitty, congrats. The Chancellor hands you a small cedarwood lockbox. Inside are a number of gold coins and a ruby-encrusted silver brooch. We lost Xacintha. I sure hope she's not hiding any secrets. That would mean we have to kill her for being unholy. Yeah, let's give the brooch to our wife. Let's do it. Let's do it. Right? Yeah, let's do it. The brooch, an exquisite example of martial fashion, is granted to your wife Aurelia, while the gold is tossed into the treasury. Fantastic. About your heir. Your marriage to Aurelia has grown stale. Oh, you got along well enough and you've made some good memories together, but there's no spark. She cares more about maximizing profits than your happiness. The spark or no spark, you still need an heir. So we will make our youngest cousin our heir. Yeah. And we're gonna train this person as a soldier. What do you think about a cousin, her heir, grandson of Xacintha II, or even the first? Yeah, something like that. Something like that. And now let's take a look at this fucking stranger event that is really giving me the goosebumps. Your Majesty, this commoner says he's here to see you. My queen, I come to you in an hour of need. I know of the curse that ails you, and I can help. Oh, yeah, she wouldn't do this. She would, like, my first reaction in my mind was this, even before reading it. Hush, not here, you fool. You quickly arrange for a private meeting with the peasants, somewhere away from the prying ears of the council. That's a good Malemo script. Oh, you're right, Dragonpete, yeah. I'm from a group of people just like you, Your Majesty, werebeasts who have learned how to live with our affliction. We can help. How did you know about me? The killings have been getting worse, especially in the Crownlands. I wasn't sure it was you, of course, not till I saw the frantic look in your eye, and the way you sniffed the air. The thing is, she has lived among soldiers, so she does not disdain commoners. Please help me control myself. What did it smell like? Somebody farted. Of course. Yeah, they sniffed me out. You're right. That makes a lot of sense, actually. They would have a good smell, and I might have, I might emanate some beastly odors. Yeah, it smelled of toot. Yeah, she would be all for it. Of course, Your Majesty, it would be an honor. The peasant takes you to meet with a group in a local tavern. You meet people from all walks of life who teach you how to control your urges through meditation, special recipes, and folk rituals. Sure enough, the dreams fade in both intensity and frequency. There's a long road ahead of you, but with time, the other werebeasts are confident that you will eventually master your powers. This is pretty good, actually. This is pretty good. Back in the coast, the noble patrician Sirius Heap has met with their co-conspirators once again. Wine is being passed around in good measure, but there seems to be little cause for celebration. It's no good. The laborers are losing momentum. If we don't keep up the pressure, they'll go back to living their normal lives in peace. Bah, lazy good-for-nothings. Can't even get off their backsides for one measly revolt. We have to keep them unhappy. Don't allow the queen time to stabilize. Yeah, you could have just meditated. Gotta lower stability. And I think it's just gonna be a normal tax. Because why the hell not? Yeah. Just, yeah, not changing anything. A proposition, an invitation, a late night visit. These are all interesting. So let's start with the invitation here. Gigacorp member, hello. Your Majesty, you absolutely must come down to the coast next year and experience the summer games for yourself. Yeah, rhyming pattern. It is the only social event that matters. If you aren't in attendance, well, it would simply be a crime. Well, I will not make it a crime then. I will unmake it a crime. Wait, Greenmax! Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid, y'all. How are you doing? Hi. Can we get, yeah, a shout out to Greenmax, please. Please drop a follow, y'all. Hello, I mean, follow Greenmax, not follow me. I mean, if you want, you can follow me too, but follow Greenmax. It's very kind to bring everybody here. I am MrKaji, and what I do is mostly play King of the Castle and do some role-playing stuff and, you know, do world building, lore building, mostly around this game, but who knows, in the future, maybe we will expand it. Tonight we're playing episode 11 of our 12-episode role-playing dynasty in this game, so second to last episode for us, and it's been pretty exciting so far. How about you, Greenmax? How was your stream? It's going great tonight. It's going absolutely great. It is fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah, how could I say no to the summer games? Let's go. It's simply wonderful. It has been so long since the Queen attended the games. Last time, as I recall, they were assassinated. Not to worry, Your Majesty. I'm sure it won't happen to you. Thank you. Thank you, Gigacorp. We are Alfarius. Welcome back and thank you for joining. How are you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. Hello. Hope you're well. Welcome to the Patricians. It was great. Played the new DLC. Oh, for Risk of Rain 2. Really hard but fun. That sounds awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That game can be brutal, right? It has, and I'm doing great today. That's fantastic to hear. Hell yeah. Happy to know that you're doing great, and happy to see you, Alfarius. A late night proposition? Could be interesting. Let's do a late night visit here. Wait, the proposition is Chur, right? Because I think we would turn it down, maybe? I don't know. Let's do a late night visit first. One evening, you're sorting through paperwork in your office when Baron Worsley appears at the door, swaying slightly and stinking of booze. Oh. Your Majesty, so sorry to speak to you in this condition. Oh. I'm sure this can wait until morning. I just need to tell you, if the Archbishop asks about what happened to that, tell him I'll pay for a new one. I was desperate. The pre was occupied. He stumbles away, knocking over a priceless vase. You make a mental note to charge them for the damage. It's surely not a coincidence that the Archbishop arrives at your throne room the next day, looking even grumpier than usual, and hatless. Yeah, or you can be brutal in it. Good one. Gotta head out, though, so good luck and have fun, my friend. Thank you so much, Premix. Enjoy the rest of the day. I really appreciate you bringing everybody here. Thank you so much for the raid again, and I hope to see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Your Majesty, there is a plague afflicting this kingdom, a curse more powerful than any a wizard could cast. I speak, of course, of alcohol. People are spending their evenings in alehouses rather than in prayer. We must ban this vile vice. Silverius. We will not make the sale of alcohol illegal. I think we might limit the opening hours of taverns here, you know? We will veto these, because that sounds ridiculous, especially since we're going to war. The soldiers will need some alcohol. So it's gotta be either A or B. I'm gonna leave it to the nobles to decide. You mean wine? The life's blood of the South? Yeah, exactly. It would be ironic, really, if a dynasty brought to the throne with a flood of beer bans the sale of alcohol. Oh god, you're so right. I mean, it could also be a very good reaction in the very first reign, right? Like, oh, alcohol is dangerous in more than one way. Let's ban it. This is close. 10-7, y'all. If you have not voted, I encourage you to vote now, because this could still be tied. 10-7. I'm going to be counting down from 5 and then proceed. 10-7, counting down from 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And 0. It's 10-8. Now, we will drink from both, Amy. No such laws will be passed. The Ninth God will judge this council, for he condemns so many of his worshippers to temptation. Shut up, Silverius. You're not in your prime anymore. I have no idea, Katori. Your Majesty, I have an idea. The best since lined parchment, I dare say. An expedition to Chur. Sounds churlish. Don't be so quick to judge, I implore you. The great unexplored and untamed wilderness far across the eastern sea awaits. You have a lot of wealth at the moment, Your Highness. It's just sitting around collecting dust. Why not make a sound investment and send explorers to Chur? Who knows what they might find? A treasure, rare materials, ancient history, a new disease. She's a bit too animated when she says the word disease. You know? I think that Xacintha would say she's not wasting money, but most importantly, she's not wasting crew and warships. You know? Yeah. And if the Knight's will is for the Archbishop to have his hat used as privy, then so be it. Yeah, you only say that because it's his hat and not yours. Slimy fool, yeah. Yeah, I think that she wants people to be concentrated, focused on Hashmid. She's not wasting money. She looks crestfallen, but nods curtly. Very well, Your Highness. Your pile of gold will remain a pile, perhaps another time. Yeah. And I think we're good with what we have. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Rogue Golem, another Rogue Golem. They're scouting, basically. A mysterious wanderer. And a powerful storm. Let's start with the Wanderer. Your Highness, last week a mysterious wanderer visited the Grand Bazaar we built in the south. She claimed, to be from the distant cloaked city of Sarkhan, and said she had a number of magical artifacts for sale. But wizard law forbids the unlicensed trade of magical items. Wizard law? What's that? A highly complex field that few understand except the wizards themselves, Your Majesty. But on the matter of magic trade, it's most clear. I humbly request that the Council grant our Grand Bazaar a license, so the South may benefit from this wondrous magic. Well, I'm going to veto C. You know? I think we either grant the license or we get some magic doo-doo here for ourselves. Maybe we can get some artifact that helps us in the war effort. Who knows? You know? Oh, this is cool. Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, let's go with the veto, and then you decide what thing you want to do here. I'm all for granting the license, if that's what you want. Magic items would be costly, but we do have a good amount of money, right? So this would be a great opportunity for that. Look at the South voting all together to grant the Bazaar magic license. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna do that. That's cool. That is cool. 13 to 4 looks pretty decided to me, but I'm gonna count down from 5. I mean, 14 to 4. This is it, right? This is it. Let's continue. Wizards that aren't taking over towns are good. That's a good point. Thank you, my fellow members of the council. Granny Lemon Square travels back to the Grand Bazaar and leads negotiations with the Sarkanese Wanderer. The Wanderer's items prove prohibitively expensive. By pooling their wealth, the Grannies can afford only a single item. But a very Jesus fucking Christ useful one. It's a bronze head, which can speak 3 times a day and will provide flawless advice in matters of warfare, business, and agriculture. Holy shit! We are so back. Oh, I didn't know Dragon Pit. That's cool. Oh my god, we are so back. Yeah, the grinders get 1 magical item, and it's super cool. Oh my god. This is the best item. Oh wow, okay. Makaramus, hello and welcome and thank you for joining. How are you doing? You are a Baron. There you are. How are you doing? Why do I think there is a downside? No, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. However, if asked the question on any other matter, it will never speak again. The southern servants are nervous dusting it, saying they don't like how its gaze follows them around the room. But the Grannies guard it jealously and take it to bringing it to council sessions for good luck. Oh, Brazenhead, bless me with your ancient wisdom. The other nobles do not like it, but the Grannies are delighted with their purchase. This was fucking awesome. I'd never seen this. Yeah, it provides exactly. We ended up finding an artifact that will help us in the war effort against Ashmid. This is so fucking cool. To bring it to council. Somebody will end up asking a question. Just checking out. Of course, of course. Feel free to stick around if you want, or don't. In case you're wondering what we're doing, this is episode 11 of our role-playing dynasty. We do these long dynasties that last for 3 to 4 months, once a week, and basically we focus on role-playing and lore building and world building, changing the rules of the game a little bit, you know, to accommodate some role-playing and to explore different themes. And we're just about to wrap up our current dynasty and start a new one next month. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Can we get the link to the background in chat, please, so that people can check it out if they want? They should make a hat for their head. This map looks too much like Europe. What the fuck? Yeah, it's inspired by Europe, right? Like, this is supposed to be like Iberia, for instance, like Spain and Portugal, right? So there is some inspiration there for sure. Thank you so much, Fastbeer. Yeah, if you check out that link, Makaramos, you can get a, a description of the background lore for this dynasty, just to get you an idea of what we do. Who's going to create the lore of the magical talking bronze head? Whoever wants. Yeah, everyone can create a little of it. What else do we have here? Oh, right, powerful storm and rogue golem. Let's go with the storm. Jesus, the south, the coast. A terrible storm has struck the coast. Regrettably, many houses have been swept away in the flood, and several of the Navy's ships were lost at sea. No, that's so true, Swede. We are going to spare no expense. We're going to spare no expense. We will spare no expense. We need to rebuild in order to be ready for war. We will spend all the money that is in the treasury, if needed, to do this. I don't care. We're gonna take care of our nobles in the coast. You nobles are like my sword, right? Like, and you are the kingdom's sword. And we will spare no expense to keep our sword polished and sharp. Mark, you traitor! I thought you were your horse. Nah, you've become my sword now. All right, looks like it's gonna be A. Worse or better, it's up for you to decide. Spare no expense. Gold flows from your treasury like water from a burst dam. In no time at all, the coast's roads have been repaired and its house rebuilt. And if money could bring back the dead, you'd have done that too. Of course we would have. Of course we would have. We want the kingdom to prosper. Rogue Golem here. If Rogue Golem has crossed into our territory over the Ashmeadian border, my liege, this could be an exciting opportunity. You know what my first thought is here? They're trying to spy us. Let's fucking destroy it. We don't need it. Yeah, like my first thought is they are trying to spy us. They are afraid and they are scouting to figure out what our situation, what our military situation is. Maito. God damn it, Maito. Why did it cross over here? It was instructed to dig a trench, but evidently not told when to stop. It had dug a 16-mile furrow through the landscape and over the border by the time we stopped it. Please, my liege, this is our chance to figure out how this golem magic works. We could even turn it against Ashmead. Your Majesty, the barons would drown their own grandmothers to gain an advantage over Ashmead or over the patricians and grandees. Golems are an offense to the ninth god and they're dangerous. We should destroy it before it gets out of control. We must be careful. This is Ashmead's feeble attempt at retaliation for the Demon's Bane. I agree. I will say, let's destroy it. No doubt about it. I think they are trying to spy on us. It fits that it's a new Baron, Oliger decided. Who was it? Who was it again? But it makes a lot of sense, right? Yeah. I'm gonna give you some money to vote on D, by the way. So, just to make it sweeter. Let's destroy this freaking spy. And then hit them like a hammer. Alfarius, that is dearly appreciated. Oh, Makaramos, right. I'm going to count down from 5 here. Only with cake. You know, you can buy many cakes with 500 gold, Kitty Cathy. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. Alright, let's count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Yeah, Makaramos joined like 10 minutes ago. You're absolutely correct, Morgrim. By the 9th, this was our only chance to be spied by Ashmead. You're all fools. The errant golem is smashed to pieces with hammers. It's for the best, most likely. It is. It is, trust me. We don't need him. We will fucking destroy them. An invitation. Everybody's inviting me everywhere. Oh my god. We will do... Oh my god, I love this. We will do our heir. And then we're gonna present our heir to the Summer Games and then get the invitation. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, definitely, Marley. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Should I ask that my crown be passed down to? It's going to be... Should it be another daughter? Should it be another daughter? I'm very tempted to go with another daughter, you know? What do you think? We've had 4 queens in a row. Yeah, this lineage is strong with daughter, right? Like, do we want to break that, or... I kind of like the idea of having a line of queens. I certainly won't protest it. We can have a matriarchy, right? No, definitely not a break of continuity. We need a king, my lord? I don't know. Because we've had 4 queens in a row, so... Break it. I think we're gonna have a queen. I like the idea of ending on a 5th queen. If we get there. Yeah, let's do that. My cousin and adopted daughter. A fiery little thing. The assembly nobles break out into polite applause by designating an heir who cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your August Majesty may be the first to congratulate you on adopting an heir. What is her name? Thank you, sparse corruption. Xacintha the 5th. Xacintha. Also called Xacintha. I'm so sorry. One good king, one May king, and multiple good queens. Yeah, that's true. I need a medic. Marvelous, your Serene Highness. I'm sure little Xacintha will grow up to be the sheep of the old block. Congrats on finding an heir, blah blah blah. Now let's present Xacintha to the Summer Games. Defiance increases by 3. The Summer Games have begun. Your royal yacht glides into port of Thalassus. Anxious servants lay out the red carpet while shooing away seagulls. Ho there, your Serene Highness. Beautiful day, isn't it? Come with me, your carriage to the Grand Arena is waiting. Let's go. There must be thousands of people in the arena, peasants and patricians alike. But you have the best view in the house. As you step out and wave, the crowd chants your name. We have 2 different events that we could show you today, your esteemed highness. Which would you prefer to witness, a gladiator fight or a monster battle? Which one do you want to see? Actually, you know what? This is the perfect moment for this. This is the absolute perfect moment. I am going to start a poll here. I'm going to start a poll and take a 2-minute restroom break. Last time was a disappointingly fast monster fight. That's a good point. But let me make a poll in chat. And then you can decide through that, right? Is he actively telling us that he has monsters in his possession? Yeah. Yeah. Cue me getting an ad. No, no, no. New poll. What do you want to see? Monster fight? Gladiator fight? Alright. You're going to have 2 minutes to vote on this, and I'm going to take a 2-minute restroom break. You can vote in Twitch chat, starting in 3, 2, 1. Boop. Vote in the poll. I'll see you in 2 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. So I see that the gladiators won. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. How many votes do they have? 75, okay. Cool stuff. Okay. Let's see a glorious battle of gladiators. I've made my decision. I positively shiver with anticipation, Your Serene Highness. We shall witness the fight of two of your greatest gladiators. Excellent choice, Your August Majesty. Bring out the gladiators. Lord Patrician Gigacorp member steps out to the podium, speaking into a bronze tube that projects his voice across the entire arena. Our first competitor has undertaken the perilous journey from Valnir to be here, so let's give him a warm welcome. An ex-soldier who's been to interesting places, met interesting people, and killed them. He's come here today because the grand prize is a damn sight better than a veteran's pension. Give it up for Ifan the Tiger. Give it up for Ifan the Tiger, come on. Come on. Out into the circle of sand strides a lean man with taut muscles and a cocky grin. Wearing lacquered leather armor. Ifan. I already forgot the name. Ifan the what? What was it? Very decent roaring applause. Ifan the what? What was it? Ifan the Tiger. Oh, this is really cool. This is really cool. Okay, I like it. Thank you. Ifan. Not Ivan. He wields a wicked-looking scimitar that flashes in the sunlight. He grins, revealing a full set of gold teeth. He looks so badass. Now he's gonna die immediately. That's it. Hear him roar. Tiger! That's the kind of cheering I want to see. Scary, isn't he? But if Ifan the Tiger wants that golden champion title, he'll have to face someone scarier still. Ladies and gentlemen. Some call them wandering vagabonds, some call them murderers for hire, some call them murder hobos, but they prefer the term adventurer. And we have one such specimen here today. All the way from Dania, it's the one, the only Smiling Sadie. Okay, wait for the other gladiator to step into the arena. Give it up for Smiling Sadie, everybody. A woman easily 7 foot tall? Rippling with muscle stomps out into view. Jesus, buff woman. She has deigned to go without armor, her oiled skin gleaming in the sunlight. Okay. Her weapon is a dreadful flail, a spiked ball of iron hanging on a chain. She points into the crowd, ruthlessly taunting the ugliest members of the front row. Oh my god. Did you import this one too? Dantes, you're a monster. You are the monsters. Yeah, 7 foot tall is really tall. Oh yeah, she's the heel. She's the heel. Yeah, right? Like, what would it be? The other one would be the veteran, and this one would be the heel. Definitely, yeah. Yeah, veteran versus heel. This is so good. Oh, you know her? Ah, that's cool, Piotr. As the two gladiators drum up the crowd's support, Lord Patrician Gigacorp member turns to you with a gleam in his eye. Half the fun of the summer games is the gambling. Why don't you go to place a bet before the fight begins? What are the odds? You know, actually, I don't want to know. I'll place a bet. Why not? Can we get a bet in chat? Can we get a bet in chat, please? I think I'll just bet 100 gold for sport, you know? Because it doesn't strike me as correct to spend the kingdom's gold. Face versus heel? I think it would be a veteran. Yeah, prediction, thank you. Can we get a prediction in chat for these? So it's Sadie, Smiling Sadie versus Ifan the Tiger. Smiling Sadie versus Ifan the Tiger. I'll bet 100 gold. And on who will you place your 100 gold bet? I think it might be Sadie. She's really cool. Like I really wanted to. Oh wait, she's favorite. Yeah, she's the favorite. She's terrifying. Yeah, she's fucking terrifying. Oh my god. Give it like a minute. Prediction up for 2 minutes. Awesome, thank you. Then yeah, I'm gonna take my time to to decide too. She's the one the word sadistic derives from. I'm so indecisive here. What is everybody voting for? Sadie? Wow. Nobody trusts the tiger? Okay, there you go. There you go. Neither would I if I will have a brutal challenge. Good point, Shiny Horse. Butch Queen got up in. I'm the bookie, so I can't bet. Of course you can, Maito. For the killer woman. Oh, this is actually... Ifan is actually winning now in the predictions. Oh, you are barred from betting. Sorry, I would have started if I knew. Oh, okay. Makes sense, Shiny Works. Makes sense. You're calling. Ifan is a good name. Everyone looks a good underdog, my liege. That's true. I'm kind of thinking about Ifan too, because of that. And also, you know, veterans. So I'm sympathetic with veterans. 7-foot tall lady with a flail. Jesus. You know, I'll give it to Ifan. I'll give Ifan my favor here. I'll do it. You know? I sympathize with a veteran, and I've been the underdog in many fights, so I think it can happen. Let's bet on Ifan. In that case, just to make things interesting, I'll bet on Smiling Sandy. Shall we begin? That makes a lot of sense, Morgrim, yeah. 10k on Sandy, Jesus. In that case, just to make things interesting, okay, let's the fight commence! 15%! Jesus Christ! That sounds accurate, yeah. Oh, this is... Yeah, I agree, Swede, yeah. The crowd roars and stamps until the whole Colosseum shakes. Ifan the Tiger and Smiling Sadie circle each other warily, each waiting for the other to make the first move. Cheer for Ifan the Tiger. Abso-fucking-lutely we will cheer. We're having a oh god, how do you say that? We're having a whale of a time is right? Yeah, I think. I don't know. Is that a thing that English people say? What the fuck? It's so weird. Cheer for Ifan the Tiger, we will cheer. Oh no. Oh no. Whale of a time, that's so weird. Come on, we came to see you fight, not whisper sweet nothings in each other's ears. Spurred on by Lord Patrician Giga Corp member Mockery, Ifan the Tiger and Smiling Sadie launch themselves at each other, weapon swinging. Sparks fly as Scimitars meets flail. After trading a few blows, Smiling Sadie gives Ifan the Tiger a special grin and tosses her flail from her right hand to her left. Then she launches a devastating flurry of attacks, forcing Ifan the Tiger on the defensive. After a shocked silence, the crowd roars at this sudden twist, and the bookies are mobbed by irate gamblers. You haven't seen her final form when she's fighting with her right hand. But also, now that I'm reading this, I understand why this is the longest event in the game. Ifan the Tiger is totally outclassed now that his opponent has revealed her true strength. It's all over so quickly. With a grunt, smiling Sadie swings her brutal flail and smashes into Ifan the tiger's skull, entirely obliterating it. And the winner is Smiling Sadie! Ooh, bad luck, Your Serene Highness. Still good news for me, huh? Give me a moment while I collect my winnings. Yep, can we please resolve the prediction? What now? Good job, congrats, Sadie. Congrats, Sadie. Jesus. That was a good fight. We tried, we supported the underdog, but you know, sometimes that just is not how it goes. What now? Yeah, not exactly surprised, exactly. Congrats to those who predicted that Sadie would indeed absolutely fucking crush Ifan. Oh, the Summer Games has many more diversions to offer. Your August Majesty, all in good time. For now, shall we break for lunch? The next week of the Summer Games is packed with entertainment, athletic competitions, chariot races, copious amounts of wine, and above all, blood in the sand. On your journey back to the palace, you reflect that your attendance at the games has certainly helped cement the patrician support. Yeah, you know, Morgrim, I was kind of hoping there would be a thumbs up or down moment, but yeah, he lost so hard that I didn't even get that. Jesus, Fassbeer, congrats. But no, you got it. So, what do we have left here? Oh yeah, right. People in the south were so ecstatic at me showing up at the Summer Games that now they want to invite me too. Swede is inviting me. How kind of you. I gather this is an absolutely uninterested invitation. Yeah, that was a good fight. Your Majesty, it is my singular honor to invite you to attend the annual Side of the Seven Pyre celebration. I look forward to attending. We are blessed. I trust you are willing to finance and organize one of the pyres. It is customary for the Queen to do so if she is in attendance. Of course, I will make sure it is a night to remember. An uninterested invitation? Yeah, I mean, not linked to my mother's orders to you, you know? I trust you're not trying to gather favor. I look forward to it, Your Majesty, Your Highness. Alright. I need to blow my nose. Apologies. Let me mute myself and disappear for a second. Disinterested probably would be a better word. I think. Maybe Lynn as a word would be mob because she has her pet in a nice coat, attending as a mascot. Someone else hosts this year, yeah. I cannot promise that. I can promise that we would love to have you, perhaps show you the progress the soldiers have made. That's reasonable. Let's do that. Yeah. So, let's go. Frogs? So. And season. Oh, auction. We got an auction, everybody. Alright, let's go. You know what to do here. Stuttering again. Then let's wait for a second and see if it goes away, given the fact that we have an auction. Let me drink some water in the meantime. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna take like 30 seconds to refill my water bottle. And hoping that Twitch fixes its shit soon. Alright? I'm gonna be back in 30 seconds and then we will reconvene. Are we doing better? Yeah, this is Twitch. This is Twitch side. My connection is stable right now, so. Are we still frogging? Oh yeah, 10 military across the board would be amazing. Oh, we do have an opportunity to build a fortress. That's awesome. No frogs here? Okay, now let's start. Let's go. Yeah, if we could agree to fund F, that would be fucking awesome. Let's kick Ashmead's butts. Buttocks. You know, I like the cultural shift that happened after the Ashmeadan invasion. Arenas went out of style immediately. That's right. Not saying they weren't built, but they weren't taking soldiers away from the army anymore. 100% agree there, Swede. That was amazing. That's a great point. I think we're good? Awesome. Okay. Let us start the auction. In 3, 2, 1. Boop. Let's go. Exclamation mark fund followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Wow, bomb viewer starting strong. Your options are raising farming for the barons with an aqueduct by funding A, lowering trade for the barons with a thieves guild by funding B, lowering stability with a prison by funding C, lowering authority with a theater by funding D, lowering farming for the patricians with a deer park by funding E, and raising military for the patricians with a fortress by funding F. I'm gonna let you know when there's 20 seconds left here, which is now. And then when there's 10 seconds left. 9 code, welcome. I have no idea what you mean. 10 seconds left now. Vote, 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 vote. 5 seconds, oh my god, 3 seconds actually. No, that was a lie. It's not 5 seconds, sorry. I got distracted. I have no idea what happened there. But, Jesus, that's a rich fortress. Thanks so much for the follow, 9 code. How you doing? Yeah. What are they putting in that fortress? A lot of money. Maybe some of these funds are in the fortress. They warships. They probably are. I would say that's the case, yeah. I would say that's the case. May I ask what did you mean, 9 code? May I ask what you meant? I didn't really have much because I missed a bit of golden choices in the Badar event. Ah, I see. Yeah, everybody has a personal prison, you're right, yeah. Now the prison for the south, no wonder. So, yeah, Mark and others, Mark, main contributor here, to the prison. And then we have Bomb Viewer and a bunch of other people building a fortress in the south to boost the freaking military. Let's kick Ashmead's ass. Weave, hello, and welcome. Let's continue. At least by the south is crime free, yeah. Workers on strike? The fucking Stone Maiden. I don't know if he's shy. I don't know if he's shy. I'm actually gonna ban that guy. There you go. You never know. You never know. You know? That word, in case you don't know, has some fascist undertones in Italy. So, I asked for an explanation. Explanation didn't come. I'm going to just stay on the safe side. That's why I was insistent on asking for an explanation. Because maybe I was misunderstanding, but given the explanation didn't come, I'm not gonna risk it. And given the fact that I'm Italian in my description, that person could have just, you know, seen that and decided to do whatever. So, goodbye. So, what were we saying here? That fortress will be an interesting entry in the auction chart tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. I'm actually wondering, in RP reasons, why people are so on board with the queen here. Maybe it's because she's finally the one to do the promise. Yeah, I think so. I think so. But also, I think that I think it's a combination of that and the fact that she's... you know? I think she's kind of making everybody happy. Or most people, I would say. Because, yeah, she's giving that Ashmedian War satisfaction. She is treating peasants well, you know? Because she's fought alongside them. She has traveled the kingdom and met many noble houses. So I think that, you know, there are multiple reasons. Which word? The one that has now disappeared. It's DUX. DUX. That's the word. It's a Latin word that has some negative undertones in Italy that you can look up if you want. Orcas striking on the eve of the invasion. Most interesting. More Ashmedian trickery. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, right. Be nicer to peasants would have earned points with other noble families. Like, that's something that I've seen in the past few monarchs. Alright, let's continue. As always, let's do the first ambition roll initially. Dances in butt. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a conqueror. You look like you plan to live up to those words. The kingdom's army is stronger than ever before. Well done, your majesty. But to shut down your noble scheming for good, we need to build on that reputation. Oh, we know full well what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be declaring war on the Ashmedian Empire. Now, this would be the plot tweets where I am like, oh yeah, crush all those plotting against you. No, we're gonna be declaring war on the Ashmedian Empire. And take back what's ours. And more. A wise decision, your majesty. I've already taken the liberty of contacting the Ashmedian ambassador. Greeting, your grace. I am here to discuss the terms of our upcoming war. Oh, I was rather hoping to catch you by surprise. Yeah, that's true, Maito. For a moment I feared I accidentally clicked that. Very funny. We all know there is a big war in the horizon. The only question is when. Now listen. The Ashmedian Empire is far larger than your kingdom. Didn't you wonder why we never squashed you like a bug? It's because we're divided by internal conflicts. It may seem that the empire is ruled by its emperor. In reality, Ashmed is ruled by its general, so battle endlessly for control of the capital. So why are you here? I'm here representing General Thalicanth, whose lands are safely distant from the border. If you were to invade, all we ask is that you send us your signal. We launch a civil war, taking advantage of the chaos to bump off some of our own rivals. A bold plan. I will leave you to think on my words. If we take advantage of the Ashmedian Empire's internal divisions, we may actually have a chance. If you beat our oldest enemy, that would shut the nobles up for good. But winning still won't be easy. Let's fucking do this. Kill the ambassador? No, we never do that. We never do that. We are not House Stein. We don't threaten ambassadors. Yeah, we have a pure heart. Exactly. Whoa! I knew you'd react to that. Yeah, I follow the lore. I follow the lore. I follow the RP. Yeah, that's true, Amy. Yeah. I don't know if Marley caught that, but... Yeah, you don't shoot the messenger, unless... So, let's go. I would say Workers on Strike first, and then the Stone Maiden. Hui! Welcome back. Your Highness, I need help with my peasants. The march is prosperous and living conditions are improving, but they still want more. They've gone on strike demanding better pay and fewer hours. Many have thrown down their tools and started squatting on my property. We should deliver it with the council. Cheers, my liege. You know what? We can compensate them. Why the hell not? I don't think we will give them what they want. That sounds a little dangerous. I didn't catch up with the distraction ARL. Well, Marley, somebody said, you don't kill the ambassador, and I said, yeah, that's right, you don't kill the ambassador unless you are house-timed. So I don't think we give them what they want. I don't think we send in the marcher troops. We don't want infighting. I think it's either B or C. I mean, it's true, Marley. It's true. You gotta, you know, you gotta take responsibility for your actions. So, oh yeah, this is great timing. I think she would try to... oh yeah, please someone explain what happened. I think she would say, she would try to persuade the workers to stand down. But if the nobles think that that's too risky, she would be up for compensation. From the treasury, of course. I think that would be her way to go about it. Yeah, let's do that. Definitely not the marcher troops, though. Definitely not the marcher troops. We don't want to use our soldiers against civilians. That's just... Like, they are not the enemy. Ashmead is the enemy. What if the nobles just say, oh lol, kill them? You're gonna be assholes, is what I'm saying. Like, they are not the enemy. Vote, everybody, vote. This is still close. 6-4, 6-5, 65-3. This is pretty close, actually. Spread all over the place. 7-5, 7-6. Oh my god, this is incredibly close. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna count down from 5 here. If you have not voted, definitely do vote now. This is an important vote, and it's currently 7-6. It's very close to being tied or overturned. So, counting down from 5, 4, 3, 7-6, 2, 1, and 0. 7-7 in the end. Shiny Quarks coming in, tying the vote. Very last second. We will try to issue a royal proclamation. And see what happens. Thank the 9th, aka Shiny Quarks. You send a message to the workers, commanding them to return to work in the name of the Queen. And it's a success! Fuck yeah! Faced with trial for higher treason, most of the workers crumble and return to work. The ones that are left are easily cleared out by marcher soldiers. And I think that this is more like her trying to dissuade people that it's not worth it. And if they just, you know, wait, you know, things will get better after the war. She's so confident. She basically gives some speeches that encourage people to hold on and wait until after the war. where things will be better. And some people are against that, and then they are probably, you know, brought home by soldiers. The barons are grateful for your intervention, but the workers continue to mutter rebelliously against the nobles and crown alike. That's alright. That's alright. What if things don't get better, my queen? Then we'll take measures. But now we have more serious things to take care of. Behold, your highness. Baron Warzy pulls aside a tarpaulin to reveal a granite statue of Baron Loram. The statue is impeccably detailed, its expression a frozen grimace. A sad sight, is it not? The sculptor is most talented. No, my liege, this is no statue. It seems the Stone Maiden is abroad in the marge. Isn't there a fairy tale about the Stone Maiden? After the war, yeah, so never. Old women scare their children with tales of her, yeah. Yeah, Escape on Curse. Oh, you're right. Wait, it's the same person who was with the... It was Loram. Who had the werebear, right? The wereboar. Oh my god, you're so right, Lurks. I didn't notice. She's a walking statue with burning yellow eyes. All who meet her gaze are turned to stone. She sleeps for years at a time before waking and terrorizing the kingdom. She must have ambushed Baron Loram on his latest hunting trip. Please, your highness, we must do something. Rest in peace, Loram. Rest in peace, my friend. Hire a wizard to take care of this. Send an army to smash this thing to rubble. We will call on a wizard. We will call in a wizard. Yeah, the other options are all very risky. Every time we use the wizard, she just comes back. It's been a while at this point. I don't think that there's much historical memory in this. But even if there is, I think that Xacintha is now more worried about the Stone Maiden creating chaos and delaying the war and potentially destabilizing the army than being worried of her coming back. Yeah. Lurks. I think she would just want to settle this for now and not risk it. We are so close. We are so close. We're so close. Oh, and also voting A gives you some money. Yeah, I don't care if you just heal her for 15 years. That means we can have a war for 15 whole years. Exactly. Exactly. Like, it would actually be... not be... we can have a 15-year war. Oh, that's cool. But, like... if you seal her for 15 years only, that's going to be enough. You know? That'll do. But yeah, I think that her answer will be... that'll do. God, she's cool. Trash, welcome back, Trash. How you doing? Oh yeah, Molotov was wandering around. Alright, counting down from 5 here to let you get your free money on A. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Boop. And what do I want to say? Oh yeah, how you doing, Trash? Doing alright, okay. Glad to hear you're doing alright. I'm doing great, thank you. I'm a little tired because I had 2 full days at work, but I'm doing fantastic. Tonight is great. Tonight we're having a great freaking rain here. You send out word that you need a wizard and fast. A few days later, one arrives and presents a hideous spectacle indeed. The wizard is a smoking ruin of a twisted slag, mouth stretched in a silent scream, carried into your throne room atop a palanquin. He's set down carefully by a team of sickly-looking apprentices. I hear you are having trouble with a woman who turns people to stone. A matter I regretfully have some experience with. I can make this problem go away for the advertised fee. And a small sacrifice. All I require is one of the Queen's teeth. Huh. For what possible reason? That's wizard business. Amy, that would be the best scam ever. You survey the worried faces of your nobles. Allowing these wizards to pull out a real tooth looks weak, but condemning your citizens looks cowardly. She has no hesitation. Can we get Kaji to voice act for the whole game? If they, you know, if they ask me, like if they ever get a new game out and ask me, I might do that. You know, why not? Why not? Thank you, Swede. That's very nice of you to say. That's the disgusting thought, Shining Quartz. No, she has no hesitation. A tooth is the price for my kingdom being safe. Take it. You know, pick your choice here. Just pick the one you want, I don't care. Take the tooth. And if you pick this one here, it's fine. We'll put in a gold one, and we're going to boast. You know, we're going to show these off. To always remind people that we help save the march. One of Gorgeous' apprentices steps forward and whips out a pair of pliers. It's over in a flash. Thank you, Your Majesty. These will make a fine addition to my collection. Bastard! At least Gorgeous sticks to his promises. Within a week, the Stone Maiden's eyes are dark. She's a statue once more, silent and unmoving, with village children dancing around her and pigeons making messes on her head. It's awesome! Yeah, exactly. It's nothing compared to Elim or anything else, yeah. Yeah. It can happen, Marley. We'll have a common tax here. No reason to cruel tax yet. A horrible hunting and falsely accused. I kind of want to do horrible hunting and then conquest, but let's do both. Let's start with the horrible hunting. No. Let's start with falsely accused. Let's do both. Oh, Your Holiness, I bring bad news from our newly constructed prison in the south. One of the prisoners, a murderous rogue by the name of Woofus Spurt, has escaped. His location is currently... I can't. What fucking name is that? I think I know that guy. Woofus Spurt. It's my favorite Star Wars character. Oh god. Woofus Spurt. That's fucking funny. Oh god, I love this. Yeah, it's the same guy. The double doors bang open. A grubby-looking peasant strides into the council hall, escorted by an anxious watchman. He's in this room? Sorry, Your Majesty. He said it was urgent, and he was pretty persuasive. Your Majesty, I swear I'm innocent. Grandy's skeletal recognition threw me in prison on trumped-up charges, simply because I said he didn't like his hat. Your Holiness. And I have no idea what this fool is talking about. Okay. If Woofus Jr. Crookfinger, yeah. Woofus. So I think we asked the Spy Master to investigate here. Yeah. Right? I'm actually gonna give you money to do this. Because I really want to make sure that you don't mistreat my peasants. I think this is the only monarch who's been sympathetic for the peasants in this whole dynasty. Imagundi, basically, I'm gonna die. I didn't know that. That's so good. I'm gonna die. And guess what happened to him? No! I love Xacintha now. There you go. You didn't even investigate for Adelina? I don't remember. Wasn't there Gloria the Second? I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh, you're right. The last time this happened, there was an investigation, but for very different reasons. It was just to... Yeah, look into it, but you know, it was just for show. And it was... Was it Xacintha the Third who did it? Because if it was, then it makes a lot of sense that it would be for show, right? Oh, that's so true, Morgrim. Yeah. I love how the one monarch sympathetic to peasants is the one who accidentally caused war trauma to resurface for the peasants in the council. Yeah. That's how it is. But she gets some of the trauma too. Sacrifice himself to make sure villagers could get rations during war. I want a portrait. I want to see this guy. Im Guna Din Di. Is that it? Imagundi. Is there a portrait? Yes. Oh my god, yes. Fucking awesome. I don't know the name of that race. Alright, let's go. Let's go. By the 9th, Your Majesty, you're going to investigate me on the word of this peasant? I mean, you of all people? Yes, skeletal recommendation. Your spy master slips away to investigate this matter. When she returns, she's holding a hat. There's no doubt about it, Your Majesty. I actually quite like the hat. It's stylish. But Wolf's Spurt was imprisoned on spurious charges simply for insulting it under his breath. Now what are you going to do about it? We allow both of them to go free. While the common folk celebrate Wolf's Spurt's sex exoneration, it's also taken as a sign that the Queen's justice is flawed. Later you hear that Wolf's Spurt has turned up dead in the ditch. Came down with a bad case of multiple stab wounds, apparently. Grandy's skeletal recondition swears he isn't to blame. Is this surprising anybody that skeletal recondition would do this? Does it surprise anybody? It doesn't surprise anybody, I think. Yeah, it was a secret duel. Thank you, Amy. It was a secret duel. Whatever the case, the common folk certainly blame skeletal recondition and lay down their farming tool in protest. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you can't duel down. What did you do? Alright, let's go. Horrible haunting. During the meeting with the Council of Nobles, a commotion erupts as Grandy, indubitable fool, lets out a piercing scream. Yeah, Elena must be so pissed at this. Ooh, this is a cool portrait. I love the combination of the scar, which is incredibly on point for this dynasty, the red beard, and the bright blue eyes. This is really cool. If so, I think we will want words with you, yeah. By all that is holy, by the 9th, it's here, it's here! He faints away, falling to the ground with a crash. By the 9th God, someone fetch water! A servant runs for water and holds it to Indomitable Fool's mouth. I thought I'd be safe from it here, but alas. When we built that Grand Bazaar in my lands, some manner of spectre was disturbed, and this made me its target. What's it doing exactly? Are we really entertaining this nonsense? I hear voices, Your Holiness, little pinpricks at the back of my mind. Just now I saw a horrid grey shape hanging over me, its face a rotting mask. We're too old for campfire tales, Indomitable Fool. I beg Your Highness and gathered nobles, come to my aid. We must banish this wraith. Okay. I think I'm gonna let the council choose what to do here. We're not going to ignore the situation. It's either going to be a research or sending an inquisitor. Yeah, pretty clear to me that those are the choices. Margery, no. All right. Alfarius, one quick thing. If you are talking in character, please make sure to make it really clear, because sometimes that can be, you know, it's hard to think that you are talking to players, and that would be very rude of you to speak like that to players. So, yeah, if you're talking in character, you know, put it between quotes or put RP within brackets, you know, like just signal it in a way that makes it clear, please. Yeah, no need to apologize, but just, you know, I thought it would be good to let you know that. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, 4-7. This is still pretty close. We had votes like these that then ended up tying. So I'm gonna give it a few more seconds. If you have not voted, it could be either sending an inquisitor to exorcise the site or research the land on which the Grand Bazaar is built. If you have not voted, vote now. Last opportunity. Counting down from 5, 4, 3. It's still 4-7. 2, 1, and 0. 5-7 it is. So it's going to be an investigation. Oh, Alexa coming in at the very last second, but it wouldn't have mattered because it would have been 7-6. But still, thank you for voting. 0. Research the land on which the Grand Bazaar is built. To send an inquisitor would be a waste. Damn. You summon the chief architect who nods thoughtfully when you explain the situation. This sort of thing's an occupational hazard when building on historical sites. Keeps you on your toes, doesn't it? Find out what or who this ghost is. Of course, Your Majesty, I'm sure it'll be easy enough to sort out. He hurries off to Quill University to delve through the records. You can only hope Indomitable Fool's troubles do not get worse in the meantime. I feel like previously in this dynasty would have unambiguously been interesting to note that church attributes became a little less automatic. Yeah, I agree. I was really curious to see what the vote would be there. That's one of the reasons why I left it open. I really wanted to, you know, test the waters. Alright, everybody. This might be it. I love this image, by the way, this background. This might be it. Let's see. For the last few months, your marshal has been crisscrossing the kingdom together with a certain Brandy, driving up troops in preparation for your first strike against the Ashmean Empire. Test the holy waters, yeah. That's funny. Today, at last, she's returned. And she's brought one of the patricians with her. Oh yeah, she learned to live with it, Maito. Your Majesty, the nobles are proving reluctant to commit their soldiers to your cause. They've sent a delegation to speak with you. Yeah, so it's going to afflict her her successor too. Well, that's definitely part of the reason, Amy. That and her experience in the military. We are Alfarius, it's you! Your esteemed highness, of course we all support a war with the accursed dogs of Ashmead, of course we do. We are more patriotic than anyone. That's funny. They have hidden wisdom. It's not good. I'm not going to elaborate on that wisdom because it's hidden for a reason. But we're concerned about the harvest. Your marshal is telling us to raise all our able-bodied levies. If we do that, who's going to gather the crops? The kingdom could starve. We wouldn't want that. Just them cowardice if you ask me, your majesty. But all the nobles are echoing this nonsense. The fools are worried about going hungry for a few years. Until we can persuade them that the kingdom will survive, they won't commit their full forces to our banner. This is a 90% in spite of the 6 here. Ooh. Assure noble tradition, we are Alfarius that the kingdom can survive a few bad harvests. Also, may I point something out? I don't know if this is random, but it makes a lot of sense that out of all the regions, it would be the coast to lament instability in farming, since they are the region with the lowest farming. I wonder if it's hard-coded to be that way, you know? That it's the region with the lowest farming to complain. I've never paid attention to this. It just, you know, caught my eye right now. This is cool, right? But now I have to boss you around and send you to maybe die. Yeah, it's great. Great news. Yeah. If there's a way to find out, I'd love to know. Wink wink, Code Wizards. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I have a free day tomorrow, don't worry. Assure noble tradition we are Alfarius that the kingdom can survive a few bad harvests. Yeah, you have all the time in the world, Morgan. 90% chance. Let's get this fucking war going. Yes! By the 9th year, Steve 90s, you're right. The kingdom can survive a few hungry winters if it means teaching those Ashbeaten bastards a lesson. That's the spirit. I trust we have the backing of the patricians in starting this war then. Yes, Your Serene Highness. Let's do this. One by one, your marshal approaches the nobles of your council, seeking their approval for the launch of a war against Ashbead. When it comes to a war, you can rely on the barons. Your majesty, let's go give the Ashbeadians a kicking. Trash, thank you. And Marley, Torquato, the Grandees will welcome the chance to teach those godless Ashbeadians heathens a thing or two about the wrath of the 9th god. The nobles are united behind the idea of a war on Ashmead, your majesty. Finally, I'll assemble the troops at once. Farewell, your majesty. When your marshal returns to the capital a month later, she's at the head of an army. The soldiers set up camp outside of the city walls, their armor gleaming crimson in the light of dawn. Inspect your troops. Semi-random, any region that isn't chiefs or barons? Oh, that's cool, because they're belligerent. Inspect your troops. 100%. The camp stretches for miles outside the walls of the city. The ground has been churned to mud under tens of thousands of boots. As you approach, you are greeted by an awesome sight. Our military is pristine. Rank upon rank of hard-faced footmen, some of them I recognize too, holding swords aloft. Knights on horseback, their plate mail glinting. Archers and crossbowmen training furiously, hitting target after target. Beautiful, ain't it? We're ready. Let's march! Your soldiers let out a full-throated roar. For the kingdom! For the queen! From down among the soldiers, Dantes bows to you. Your majesty, the day of glory has arrived at last. Beaming proudly, he raises his sword. Long live the queen! The army is a vast, stinking, hungry monster that swallows up the landscape as it marches south. When you arrive at the border, your soldiers spill across like a flood, sweeping away the surprised Ashmeadian sentries in their path. Let us reclaim what is ours. To tell the truth, you don't see much of the fighting, and I think this is a lie. I think that she would be not in the front line, but in the fighting. Your job is just to give inspirational speeches before the battle starts. Wave a sword around, then duck back into your tent. No, we disregard that. Despite that, or perhaps because of that, your first Ashmeadian campaign is a huge success. By the time you return to the capital for winter, you've conquered almost 100 miles of territory along the border. As the city gates swing open, you're greeted by a rush of joyous sounds. Clapping, cheering, peasants are throwing roses at your carriage. For the kingdom, for the queen, Torquato. Trailing behind you, of course, is also a retinue of wounded soldiers nursing deep-seated trauma and grieving their lost comrades. The peasants largely ignore them. All hail the queen, the conquering hero. Pull out a sword and give it... Wait, we're actually gonna wave. No, we're gonna pull out a sword. Several peasants swoon in delight. When you return to the palace, your wife is waiting for your heir, Xacintha the Fifth, in her arms. Maybe the queen is spending a lot of time in the tent because the marshal is hammering war tactics into her, trying to bring her up to speed as a general, not just a soldier. That makes a lot of sense, yeah. Yeah, that could be it. You know, part of it, yeah. But I think she would want to fight. She wouldn't hold back. My darling, you're finally back. I've been breathlessly following the tales of your conquest. We have so much to talk about. Little Xacintha has been growing up so fast in your absence. Sorry, dear, but the council has requested a meeting. Of course. Well, hurry back, my love. Yeah, Kaori is working hard. As you step back into the council's presence for the first time in many months, the nobles all look up at you with trepidation. Yeah, screw that, Marshal, I'm going in. Yeah, I know I'm making your job harder. Work harder, then. I think that would be her reply. Improbable Kate, hello. Welcome back, Your Majesty. Let me be the first to congratulate you on your victory. But now, can we get back to the business of ruling? There are many votes that need your attention. Did you forget there's a war on? But what about democracy, the constitution? Did the queen misspeak? We may have won a victory, but Ashmead will strike back. And still back hard, and strike back hard. We don't have time for votes, we need to prepare. And if you Scrabble ambassadors don't unite behind the queen right away, you'll wake up next year with Ashmeadian soldiers in the bedchamber. Do I make myself clear? Crystal. Then let's begin discussing plans for our next campaign. Indeed, Your August Majesty, whatever you say. On one side, Dante's charges as a sword of the queen. On the other side, Torquato protects the queen as a shield. Please, yes! It's alright, Kitty, don't worry. Nothing bad will happen. After that, the nobles never defy you again. But it's not like your life gets easier. Your Majesty, I hate to interrupt your meeting, but I just received word that the Ashmeadian Empire is marching on our newly conquered territories. They're sending 30 regiments. We need to mobilize immediately. With a sigh, you head back to the palace to say goodbye to your wife. Here we go again. And that is going to be it for Queen Xacintha, the Fourth's reign. GG, good game, everybody. We got our revenge on Ashmead. The barons withdrew support, and the wave of popular momentum behind General Mirtha petered out. She soon just another bitter old soldiers, ranting that she could have been the queen. The Grandies attempted to replace the queen's advisors never planned out. In one night, Grandi Katori Blueberry II awoke to find his smiling spymaster holding a knife to his throat and kindly asking him to desist. Unable to convince the peasants to act in time, the patrician scheme fizzled into irrelevancy. Perhaps next time they take matters into their own hand instead of hinging their plans on the whims of common folk. Queen Xacintha IV's reign spanned another 15 glorious years, mostly spent fighting in foreign fields. She conquered land from Tavalin and Ashmead, lost it, campaigned to get it back. By the time the old warrior died, she was battle-scarred and celebrated as a hero, but most of all, she was tired. This is fucking awesome. This is fucking awesome. No way, Ismay. We've finally done it. We got it back. We got it back. Hell yeah. Queen Xacintha IV, the lawgiver? What laws did we give? No, she didn't kill you. She didn't kill you. Richest noble is of course sparse corruption as always, incredibly fucking rich, and then we have indomitable fool, just joining and being the poorest, which makes sense. Good showing. Xacintha IV, the reunifier. Yeah. Let's take a look at Xacintha V, right? Yeah, the rich stay rich, indeed. That's the law of the universe. The law of this belongs to me and not to Ashby. The end year is 1125. What about it? What about it? The lawgiver... Wait, what laws did she give? Really? What maps? What animal is this, Xacintha? A ferret or a honey badger or something aggressive. To be honest, when last week's session ended, Connor was angry. For him, the queen was not fit for being on the throne. but be it due to being a commoner or being a chemnat, wanted to wait what happened with Xacintha IV. Some votes were led by some grudge, but he tried not to let it influence him too much. When he saw himself blinded by grudge rage, he didn't want it and tried to change. That's very good character arc, I like it. Very honorable. A swordfish. Alright. Yeah, Lawgiver, I don't know if it fits, but... 4 maps, I drew one to depict your conquest. Please do fucking share them, I love this. Let's take a look at Xacintha V, aka Xacintha. Oh my god! Oh my god, she is perfect. She's fucking perfect. She pretty firm success. 7 Empires being a celebration of the first conquest? Hell yeah. Or of the start of the war, you know? Yeah, I have a feeling here. I have a feeling. I have a feeling that the war against Ashmead might not be over. Imagine we have a long RP thread depicting the years of the war against Ashmead and the reclamation of lost lands. Feel free to do it. I'm gonna fucking love to read that. It would make sense that Dantes would be the one to invite you then, Kaji. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh my god, you're so right. It makes a lot of sense, Tweed. Awesome. Yeah, feel free to write about that too. You have so many prompts for RP this week. Your ear is as white as my horse's hair, Stella. Majesty, what? Yeah. She looks awesome. I don't know. Exactly, sweet. That's what I'm thinking. We've retaken the land, but Xacintha V one may want the lost blood repaid twice over. I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'm so sorry, Catalina. That might be how it ends. Yeah, even more land. We'll see. We'll see. I'll think about it. This is cool. I think that these kind of hints at that in that direction, but I might want to go. It might just be because she grew up on the battlefield, following her mother. You know, and then she just kept the attire, even though she's not going to war anymore. It might also be that. It's a cool explanation. So I will think about it. I will think about it and what this queening inspires me and what makes the most sense. Like going to war again would make sense, but I want to see if there are some interesting angles. Oh god, that would be so fucking thematic. Yeah, you're right, Dragonfit. Good night, Bon. Alright, this was cool. This was cool. You know, Queen Xacintha IV, the leader, sounds a bit more accurate than the lawgiver. Oh, it could very well end with everything burning and somebody winning a scheme, you know? This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be really interesting. Yeah. Alright. Alright. This is going to be it, everybody. This is going to be it for episode number 11 of the Bladesong Dynasty. This was a very eventful reign. This is really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. And it really leaves me super excited to see what will happen next week. I'm really curious to see what events especially will shape the last reign. And most curious of all, I'm not Yoda, sorry. And I am most curious of, and mostly I am curious to see all the RP that you are going to be writing about all these. There are so many good prompts. because of events, because of what happened, because of the ending, and I cannot wait to spend the week checking out our Discord and reading the wonderful fucking lore that you produce, because the RP you've been making is incredible. I've been reading as much as I can, and I just want to see more. I just want to see more. You're right, sweet. Yeah, it would be. It would be. Lurks, why did you have to do that? God damn it. I love you. I love you so much. Alright, everybody. This is gonna be it. I'm gonna see you next week for the last episode of Bladesong. It's gonna be episode number 12. Don't miss it. You really want to be here. I'm so excited. See you next week. Love you. Bye.